In 2016, I stood in line in front of a Foot Locker for 7 hours overnight in hopes to get the new 2016 Jordan 11 Bread release. Shortly after I received the shoes and was in the store, I was pulled a knife out on me for the shoes. Today I'm going to be telling you guys the basis of sneaker culture and the story behind sneakers. Sneaker culture isn't always about the money or resale aspect, which a lot of people do think about, but the story and history behind the shoe itself. Most individuals who are part of the sneaker community take their sneakers to heart. The culture itself was built off a group of people who desired to have every shoe that was released. Even if their financial stability wasn't controlled, they would do anything to get their hands on a sneaker. Let's start with the basis of why sneaker culture is a thing and the development of it. This brings me to my topic on resale aspect of sneakers. And lastly, I will tell you the ups and downs of the sneaker community. First, let's start out with the basis of why sneaker culture is a thing. Sneaker culture is built off people who love sneakers. A person who is in love with sneakers is called a sneakerhead. All of the hype of sneaker culture and the sneaker community is built off shoes that are on a limited release that makes it hard for the public to gain access to them. In the 1980s, the sneaker culture started to arise with mainly the collaborations with the famous basketball star Michael Jordan, which we know today is Jordan. This made a statement to a lot of other shoe companies such as Adidas, Reebok, etc. All these different shoe companies had to keep up with Nike and the collaborations with Jordan, so they started collaborating with other people. This brings me to my next topic on the resale aspect of shoes. Sneaker reselling became a big factor in sneaker culture with big releases like the Jordan 1 Band. It became a sneaker that raised the sneaker culture to a whole different level. The Jordan 1 Band was named after Michael Jordan wore the shoe into a NBA game and actually was not allowed to wear his own shoe. He was specifically ordered to wear one basic shoe where everyone was wearing, and it caused him to get banned from the game and get fined. So that's where the name of the shoe became. Another example is the name like Jordan 12 Flu Game. It heavily lived up to its name because Michael Jordan debuted the shoe in a basketball game where he played in the NBA sick from the flu. This brought the resale value tremendously high because of the story behind the shoe. Everyone thought it was interesting, everyone desired it, and everyone wanted it. Being in the sneaker community since 2015 has taught me a lot about the resale point to where I am today with the full-blown business out of it. It truly has brought the sneaker community to a different level. Lastly, I'm going to be explaining the pros and cons of sneaker culture. The ups and downs of sneaker community go dramatically into a different aspect. Most people think that sneaker culture is filled with pros when a lot of it is filled with cons. For instance, some pros about the sneaker community and sneaker culture is most people use sneakers as an scapegoat to their daily lives. Sneakers are what bring the only joy to many people's lives. A lot of people work hard all day and they go get the shoe after work, and you'd be surprised a lot of people will sit down and just stare at a shoe just because of the happiness that they get from it. It comes with cons from the sneaker community, just as most sneakers in today's time is hard to get without paying a high resale value, which a lot of people can't afford. Sneaker reselling has made many OG sneakerheads brought out of the game because of the limited stock and not gaining access to afford a shoe at its resale value. To wrap up the information about sneaker culture, today, I spoke about sneaker culture and community as a whole from the past to present. Sneaker culture tracks all the way back to the 1980s. That has grown into a huge market, which is now a profitable hustle that many people survive off of. But it's turned a lot of sneakerheads that have been in the game for ages to turn away because of how much it has grown. Sneakers have taught me that even a shoe can turn a person the happiest they can be, or turn them into millionaires, or even turn them away from a love they desired. Sneaker culture and sneaker community isn't always